going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of a movie review, I'm doing a movie discussion. Why am I doing a movie discussion over that of a movie review? Well, because first off, this movie came out in August, so 4 months ago. It's been a really long time. Plus, this is one of those movies that I feel deserves more of a discussion-based vibe over that of a review where I pick out the positives and negatives. By doing this format, I can talk about the movie's biggest takeaways and the best talking points I got from my viewing of this film. And this movie is BlacKkKlansman, directed by Spike Lee. The story is truly an insane one, but follows a black police officer who infiltrates the KKK by disguising himself as a white male over the phone when talking to the KKK chapter heads. And this happens while a white police officer, played by Adam Driver, goes to these KKK meetings pretending to be the same man. Now, there's a lot of great things you can pull from BlacKkKlansman. This movie exceeds very well with several aspects from the film. Obviously, the acting is tremendous. John David Washington, son of Denzel Washington, gives the performance of a lifetime as the main character here. I would love to see so much more from him. And Adam Driver too, I've loved the guy ever since I first saw him in Star Wars The Force Awakens playing Kylo Ren, and again, he's just tremendous as this character in BlacKkKlansman. Before I get into the discussion part of this video, I'll list off a few more positives just so you guys know I enjoyed my viewing for this movie. The concept is one of a kind. It's one of those stories where you wouldn't believe it if somebody told it to you, but this actually happened, which is crazy enough. On top of that, this script is extremely humorous. Certainly one of the better scripts in 2018, plus the dialogue, it's some of the best dialogue this year as well. And there's more than just that. I want all of those who are watching this video to know I enjoyed BlacKkKlansman. I thought it was a pretty darn good movie. But as you may guess, this is where I get into my discussion part of this video. What will I be discussing here? Well, I did like the movie a lot. There's several things that I can take away from this film and say I enjoyed that. However, there are a few negatives I took from this film, and it made me question what cinema is becoming. Some characters were pretty useless. They served no purpose really for me in this film, and if they were written out, that would have made the movie better. Besides that, there's something else that kind of bothered me and got in the way of my viewing for this movie, and that was how BlacKkKlansman kept relating the time period's politics of the 1970s to present day and making references to what politics are today with Donald Trump being president. And let me just say, I'm not really into politics. I find myself somewhere in the middle, sitting on that line. I'm not a huge fan of them. The reason for that is because everyone argues constantly about politics in the 21st century to the point where my mind wants to explode inside of my head. For someone like me who's not the biggest fan of politics and would rather just go to the cinema and enjoy myself, BlacKkKlansman tries really hard to take jabs at Donald Trump over and over again, despite the fact that this movie takes place in the 1970s. If the movie were taking place today in 2018, it would make more sense, but since it's taking place in the 1970s, I did not understand why they kept having to go back to Donald Trump. It's fine if you do it a few times, but you keep on doing it over and over again. That's gonna leave a sour taste in the mouth of movie fans like myself who aren't the biggest political activists. I will say I respect the opinion and views of Spike Lee. He's allowed to do whatever he wants with his films that he makes. If you want to convey a certain message in a movie, that's fine. You're entitled to do that. I can't stop you. Do whatever you so please. It's your movie. But it does make me question what filmmaking is becoming today. Will they continue throwing politics into every movie like I've seen so many times this year? It's just like, when can we stop doing something like this? It's fine if you want to have your message in the film conveyed, and you can do whatever you want. Let me say that again. You're entitled to your own movie to do whatever you want with it. I would prefer if they left politics out of the majority of movies. That is, unless the movie is driven by politics or there's something having to do with politics. There's so many questions this movie raises, and I completely understood where they are coming from. It makes sense to relate it to present day, but by making continuous jabs at our president, does seem to get old after a while. This is just my opinion, but for me, and I'm sure for a lot of other people, they rather just go to the movies and watch the film for the time period instead of bringing up the politics of 2018 and Donald Trump. I just want all of you to know who are watching this video that this is just my opinion. It seems like Hollywood is becoming more political than ever before, and every movie I watch, there's politics in there. I'd rather just watch a movie and enjoy it. Let me reiterate, I respect the message that Spike Lee is trying to convey. It's an important message. I don't have a problem with it. I'm actually all for it. But when you overstay your welcome with things like that and constantly talk about Donald Trump in the movie and make references to him, it just doesn't feel right and is a bit out of place for people like me. If I were to give BlacKkKlansman a grade, I would give it a 78%. A lot of really good things to pull from BlacKkKlansman. This is a very good movie with a lot to say, and that's fine. I actually liked and respected the messages from BlacKkKlansman. But it does become a little bit more political than it should have been and tries really hard to take jabs at guys like Donald Trump. There is a message from this movie that should be talked about, though I don't understand why you keep having to go back to Donald Trump and today's politics so often in a movie that is set in the 1970s. Just doesn't make that much sense to me, but there are reasons for it. So for those of you who also saw BlacKkKlansman, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. That was my discussion of BlacKkKlansman. I hope you guys enjoyed. What are your thoughts on this whole topic? It does kind of stink because there's no big movies coming out for another week and a half. So that probably means my next video will be my ranking of the Transformers movies. Yay! As always, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.